Welcome. Coming here after a long day is not a coincidence. Your mind may still be a little busy, or maybe you like thinking about the galaxy before falling asleep. For whatever reason, you are here right now. This moment is entirely yours. Now, you don't need to do anything, think about anything, or make any decisions. Just take time for yourself. First, notice your breathing slowing down and your shoulders relaxing. Feel your body becoming heavier wherever it is resting. Tonight, we will not only watch the stars, we will slowly drift within the galaxy that is our home. The Milky Way Galaxy is a vast spiral structure made of dark matter, dust, and billions of stars. It has been moving silently for nearly 13 billion years. Beautiful, ancient, and surprisingly calm. Yet beneath this stillness, the Milky Way holds countless mysteries, irregular stars, invisible forces, traces left from very early periods of the galaxy. Tonight, we will slowly step into these explorations, from its spiral arms toward its hidden center, from great collisions to stars older than the universe itself. You do not have to keep everything you hear in your mind. Some of it may stay in your memory, some of it may simply pass by, and that is completely enough. I want to say this: if these calm scientific journeys help you relax even a little at the end of the day, you are in the right place. Now, we can begin. The Milky Way collided with other galaxies in the past, and one day it will collide again. Even though today it may look like a very stable, very calm home to us, the Milky Way was actually built from the remnants of different galaxies. Over billions of years, it pulled smaller galaxies toward itself. It tore them apart, and their stars were spread into long streams of stars surrounding the galactic disk. One of these galaxies, the Sagittarius Dwarf Galaxy, is still being torn apart even now, and far away, the Andromeda Galaxy is slowly but steadily moving toward us. In about 4.5 billion years, these two large spiral galaxies will experience a massive cosmic encounter. Stars will largely not collide, but the shape of the galaxy will change irreversibly. A new structure will form, calm, enormous, and inevitable. This reminds us of something. Even galaxies are not eternal. They change, they merge, and they are reshaped again. Some stars in the Milky Way are even older than the galaxy itself. These stars did not form here. They were born very long ago, long before the Milky Way existed. In small and primitive galaxies, these small galaxies gradually became bound to the Milky Way, were fragmented, and the stars within them became silent witnesses that still orbit around the galaxy today. We find these stars far above the flat disk of the galaxy, in a wide and sparse region. This region is called the galactic halo. Stars in the halo move slowly, and the chemical elements they contain show that they formed in a very early universe. These elements carry remnants of the simple and primitive materials that formed shortly after the Big Bang. Because of this, when we look at these stars, we see not only a galaxy, but also the past of the universe. The disk of the Milky Way, however, is much more dynamic. Here, stars move in more regular orbits. It contains gas and dust clouds, and new stars continue to form in this region. We too, as the solar system, are part of this disk. Even right now, the solar system continues its journey around the center of the Milky Way at a speed of roughly 800,000 kilometers per hour. This speed may sound very high, but considering the size of the galaxy, this journey takes an extremely long time. For the solar system to complete one orbit around the center of the galaxy takes approximately 225 million years. This period is called a galactic year. Since Earth has existed, the solar system has completed only about 20 galactic years. When dinosaurs lived on Earth, the Sun was in a completely different location in the galaxy. Everything is in motion, but this motion is often so slow and quiet that we cannot perceive it. The Milky Way, when viewed from the outside, may seem like a fixed structure standing still, but everything inside it is constantly changing position. Stars are born and age, but eventually they disperse into the emptiness of space. This cycle has continued uninterrupted for billions of years. And within all of this activity, you can simply rest right now. The galaxy will continue to move. The stars will keep following their paths. All you need to do is move a little closer to sleep. We cannot see many of the things that hold the Milky Way together. A large portion of the galaxy's mass consists of a substance that does not emit light, does not reflect it, and cannot be directly observed. This substance is called dark matter. If dark matter did not exist, the stars in the Milky Way could not orbit at their current speeds. The galaxy would have fallen apart long ago. Dark matter, like an invisible skeleton, holds the galaxy together. Stars, gas, clouds, and the galactic disk exist within this unseen structure surrounding the Milky Way. There is a very large dark matter halo. This halo shows that the true boundaries of the galaxy extend much farther than we once thought. The Milky Way is not static. It continues to grow even now. As time passes, the galaxy captures surrounding gas. It captures smaller galaxies and incorporates their matter into its own structure. This growth is sometimes slow and calm. Sometimes it is large and disruptive. Galactic collisions that occurred in the past changed the structure of the Milky Way, and future collisions will reshape it again. The galaxy's current form is the result of billions of years of these collisions, and these stages are still not complete. The Milky Way continues to evolve quietly. Even now, this evolution happens very calmly, so calmly that, within a human lifetime, it is never noticed. But on the time scale of the universe, this change is constant. And within all of these unseen forces, you are safe right now. The galaxy is not falling apart. The stars remain in place. Dark matter, even though we cannot see it, continues to hold everything together, and you, without doing anything at all, can simply rest. Looking at the Milky Way from the outside is much more difficult than expected, because we are inside this galaxy. Since we are located within the disk structure, we cannot clearly see its complete shape. Dust clouds between stars limit our view. They absorb light and veil distant regions, like a curtain. For this reason, where exactly the spiral arms of the Milky Way begin, how they extend, is not known with certainty. Spiral arms are not fixed or solid structures. As time passes, they change shape. Sometimes they split and weaken. Sometimes they almost seem to disappear. Within these arms, dense gas and dust clouds exist. New stars are usually born here. But these regions are also the most difficult to observe. The Milky Way is not a perfect spiral. It more closely resembles a layered, moving, living structure. The galactic disk is not completely flat. Over time, it bends, it ripples, and it tilts slightly. The reasons for these distortions include the distribution of dark matter, past galactic encounters, and external forces. The galaxy is not a frozen structure, formed all at once. It is a dynamic system, shaped over billions of years. For this reason, understanding it takes time, and perhaps this uncertainty is its most beautiful aspect. Not everything being completely clear adds a touch of mystery to the universe. And within this veil of mystery, your mind can slow down. You do not have to think about every detail. Some questions can exist without answers. Just like this galaxy, most of the stars in the Milky Way are tightly bound by the galaxy's gravity. These stars move around the center of the galaxy, following specific orbits, and this order maintains the integrity of the Milky Way. But in rare cases, some stars reach incredible speeds. These stars are called hypervelocity stars. They move so fast that they can overcome the galaxy's gravity and completely escape the Milky Way. The most significant cause of these extreme speeds is strong gravitational interactions near the center of the galaxy, especially when a system of two stars passes very close to the galactic center. This system becomes unstable, while one of the stars is pulled toward the central black hole. The other is flung into space at enormous speed. This star is no longer bound to the Milky Way. It was born within the galaxy, but it has left it. These events are rare, but when they occur, they remind us how dynamic the galaxy is and how powerful the forces within it are. At the very center of the Milky Way, there is an extremely dense and powerful region. At the center of this region, there is a supermassive black hole called Sagittarius A*. The mass of this black hole is nearly 4 million times the mass of the Sun. It cannot be seen directly, but the incredible speeds and tight orbits of nearby stars clearly reveal the presence of a very strong mass there. These stars quietly orbit around an almost invisible center. Today, Sagittarius A* is relatively calm. It does not draw in large amounts of matter. It does not emit intense radiation, and it does not directly affect the rest of the galaxy. But it was not always this way. In the past, the center of the Milky Way is thought to have been much more active. At those times, intense energy and light streams emitted from the center may have illuminated the inner regions of the galaxy. During those periods, gas and dust around the black hole may have moved inward, creating high-energy outbursts. Traces of these events can still be seen, even faintly, in some regions of the galaxy. The galactic center is not just a point of gravity. It also contains important clues about the galaxy's past. Observing this region helps us understand how the Milky Way evolved and how it changed over time. But the center is extremely complex and dense. For this reason, observing it is not always easy, and perhaps this mysterious region is the quietest, yet most impressive part of the galaxy. Stars in the Milky Way show us the past, not only through their light, but also through the materials they contain. Every star carries a chemical signature of the era in which it formed. These signatures include basic elements such as hydrogen and helium, as well as traces of heavier elements. These heavy elements did not exist in the early universe. They were formed inside stars, and when stars died, they were scattered back into space. Because of this, by examining a star's composition, we can understand how old it is. Very old stars consist only of hydrogen and helium. Younger stars contain heavier elements such as carbon, oxygen, and iron. This difference shows how the galaxy has become enriched over time. So the Milky Way was not formed in a single event. It has, over generations, both created and lost stars, and with each cycle, it has changed a little more. Because of these chemical signatures, astronomers can determine that different regions of the galaxy formed at different times. Some stars are closer to the galactic center, while others are located much farther out. Each one, on its own, is like a silent page in the long story of the Milky Way. There is no need to rush to learn this story. Information emerges slowly, and this slowness is a natural part of understanding the universe. The traces the Milky Way leaves in the sky are not noticeable at first glance, but when examined carefully, long and thin streams of stars can be detected around the galaxy. These are called stellar streams. These streams formed when smaller galaxies approached the Milky Way in the past and were torn apart. When these small galaxies were disrupted, the stars within them were scattered around the galaxy. These stars follow the same orbits, and in the sky they drift by, like a silent dream. Each of these stellar streams is the result of a galactic merger that occurred in the past. The Milky Way did not form alone and in isolation. Over time, it incorporated multiple smaller galaxies. As a result of these mergers, the galaxy's mass increased, its shape changed, and it reached its current form. Stellar streams are like the galaxy's memory. Through them, we can observe which paths the Milky Way followed. In ancient times, these traces fade very slowly. They can remain visible in the sky for billions of years. And when we see them, we witness the long and complex journey of the galaxy. This journey is not fast or loud. It is quiet and calm, just like the universe itself. When we look at the sky, we see only a portion of the Milky Way. That faint, milky band we see with the naked eye is actually only a very small part of the galaxy. This light comes from the combined glow of billions of stars. But this image does not show the entire Milky Way. Large portions of the galaxy are hidden by dust clouds, and even larger regions emit light at wavelengths that the human eye cannot detect. For this reason, we can understand the true structure of the Milky Way only through different telescopes and different observation methods. Radio waves, infrared light, and X-rays reveal the invisible parts of the galaxy. Through these observations, we learn that the galaxy is much larger, much more complex, and much deeper than we once imagined. The difference between what we estimate and what truly exists is a natural part of understanding the universe. And this difference always reminds us that there is more to learn than what we already know. Is not overwhelming, but rather comforting, because it is okay. Stars in the Milky Way are not fixed and unchanging, like us. They are born, they live, and over time they die. Stars form when dense gas and dust clouds collapse under their own gravity. These clouds slowly compress, heat up, and eventually allow a star to be born. Throughout its life, a star carries out nuclear reactions within its core. During this process, lighter elements are transformed into heavier ones. Hydrogen becomes helium. Helium becomes... As a star ages, its internal balance changes. Some stars fade quietly, releasing their material into space. Others end their lives in much more powerful ways. When these explosions occur, the materials inside the star are scattered into space. These elements become the building blocks of new stars, planets, and eventually life itself. This cycle has continued uninterrupted for billions of years. As one star disappears, it prepares the ground for another, and the galaxy Everything has its time. When a star dies, it does not leave behind only darkness. The materials it contains are released into space. Carbon, oxygen, iron, and many other elements are scattered into the void. Over time, these materials become part of new stars and planets. Every substance that makes up our bodies was once formed inside a star. For this reason, the connection between humans and galaxies is not just an abstract idea. It is a very old, physical. Every star in the Milky Way is a product of this shared history. The galaxy is not just a structure made of stars. It is, at the same time, a collection of stories, cycles, and transformations. This idea does not make a person feel small. On the contrary, it shows that one is part of a much larger whole. And this reminder can be comforting, because the Milky Way will continue to move even while you sleep. Stars will keep following their orbits, gas clouds will slowly shift, and the galaxy will not stop moving in its own rhythm. None of these movements require your attention or observation. The universe continues in the same way, even when it is not observed. Everything, just as it has for billions of years, continues quietly. Galaxies merge, stars are born, stars die, and this cycle continues. There is nothing you need to do now. There is no information you need to understand. There is no thought you need to remember. Your perception can slow down. Within this vastness, your body can grow a little heavier. Wherever it is resting, the Milky Way is vast, ancient, and continuous, but at the same time, it is surprisingly still. And within this stillness, you can give yourself permission to rest. The universe is here. The galaxy is turning. Time is moving on. And you, within all of this. Good night.